Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, I'm going to be doing my old run from when I first started back in 3.17. And this is an old run, which is our most popular video. It's got nearly 70,000 views. So I'll link that video up at the top. And back then, it was a really good run to do. But since then, salvaging has come in and other things with other types of cargo. And so this one just doesn't feel like it's as lucrative. I thought I'd give it a go and show you guys and my thoughts on it from now and why it's changed from that time when I did the big video. So we hope you like this video, guys. If you do like this video, don't forget to take that point and tickle the like button. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe notification for more videos. And don't forget to check out the description for the Discord link as well as the organisation we've got. And if you want to help the channel out further, there's a link in there to become a member on the YouTube channel and get shout outs in videos and some other goodies like that. So yeah, so we hope you like this one. Also, the code dropping down is a code we've picked at random from our other comments in other videos. If you want your code to show, just leave your code in the comment section and we'll pick one at random from there. So yeah, so let's get into this one, guys. So the run I'm looking at is the Paradise Cove over at Lyria, over at the Arc Corp area, and then the other one is the Orphanage, and then we're going to go over to Walla, and from Walla we will go to Samson's and Sons, I think it is, and from that we will sell the cargo. Now, I used to do this run in a Nomad, and then I started doing it in a Hull A, and I wanted to just test this run out and see if it was still viable. It might be for the smaller ships, but we'll check it out. And I'm going in my Taurus at the moment. So here I am over at Lyria, and we've got to jump to OM2, and this one you have to go into the planet. Even though it shows Paradise Cove on the planet, you can't actually jump to it and get a point to it. On some of the other places, you can pick up a box mission, and that will give you a place to go to, or a visual that you can see. But you can't actually jump to there. You've got to do it like this, where you've got to set your coordinates. So I'll link a video in the top coming up now of how I do this and what the coordinates are. But I can just tell you from this on the video. So what we need to do is we need to position ourselves on the top. You'll see at the radar at the top. I'm going to position myself between 205 and 200, sort of in between them two. And then my pitch on my right hand side there is at -70. And once you've got that, you just basically take your cruise control and just let that do its thing until you start getting into the atmosphere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this on until we get to the atmosphere and then show you from there. So yeah, coming into the atmosphere now. So you can see now that we're in the atmosphere, the radar at the top now shows almost north. And my pitch, I don't know if you can see it, I think it's about -30. And what we're going to do is we're going to go off visuals as well. So you'll see in a minute 2 mountains will come up. And they're quite specific mountains that you can sort of tell the look of. There's 2 next to each other and they look like 2 sort of donuts. And then one of them has like a little mountain in front of it, and then the other one has a even smaller mountain, like a hill in front of it to the left there. You can see the one on the left is where we need to be, and that's where we're going to start heading now. So that mountain there, basically, and we crashed. Oh, great. Now this used to be a big problem, but since we're in 3.21, sometimes it brings you back in the exact same place you was at, so that's what we're hoping. And there we are. So it'll bring me back, but it won't be in the exact location I was sat at. So I'm going to be a little bit off here. And so what I need to do now is, because I've lost my bearings, I need to now use the other method, which is I need to look at OM2 and that needs to be about 217 away from me. And the other place I need to look at is when we come up to it here and spin round down a little bit. This one here is Teddy's Playhouse, and that needs to be 114 away from us. So 114 from Teddy's Playhouse and 217 away from OM2, and that's where you need to be. So you can sort of guide yourself that way as well if you get lost. And what I'm trying to look for is those two distinct looking mountains that we was near earlier on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to push myself to Teddy's Playhouse until I'm at the what's it called. So I'll get to about OM2 actually. I'll get to about 217-ish. So I need to go forward until I'm about 217. So I'm about 10 away from that one, and then I'll look around then. Once I'm at 210 from there, I'll look around at Teddy's Playhouse and then get to 114 from there. And I'm going to just below these clouds, and it looks like I'm coming up to where the mountains might be here. So basically we ended up overshooting them. So I'm just going to keep pushing forward. I said I'll keep an eye on that 217 on the OM2 and the 114 from Teddy's Playhouse. Actually, we didn't overshoot them. We are just in front of it now. So I'm just going to make sure I'm at 217. So this mountain here on my left-hand side is where we need to be. So we need to start dropping into that. Let's have a look at where we are to this playhouse. So we're about right from there. And with my amounts of times I've been here, the amount of times I've been here, I know that I'm close to it, and that I just need to sort of just look around this area until I start seeing what I already know. And it's down one of these little valleys like this, so it's either this one or the mountain to our right. It might be the one on the right. Like I said, I think we overshot it, actually. Yes, we did. I think it's that one there. That mountain there, I think it is. I'll just check with Teddy's Playhouse. Let's just hover over that. Yeah, so we need to push forward, so that needs to be 114. So definitely the mountain in front of us. And what you'll see is like a little hill in front of it, and then you'll start seeing lights appear. And believe it or not, it's quite easy in the dark because you can see the lights. And you can just see them there over the ridge there. So yeah, definitely this one. And you see there's like a little hill just in front of it. That little hill in front of it didn't used to be there when I first used to come here. And there's Raven's Roost. Not Raven's Roost, what am I talking about? It's Raven's Roost. That's the one over at Microtech. This is Paradise Cove, guys. There it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to land, go inside, I'm going to pick up whatever cargo I can. And then what I'm going to do from there is if I don't get enough cargo, I will head over to the Orphanage. Those are the two places that you can go to. Now, you could have gone and picked up some other stuff. Like I know if we go into the Orphanage first, we could have picked up some Laranite at Walla first. And that could be something you do if you do this run. So let's get inside this thing. I say, when I used to do this, I used to do it in a Nomad. And I think having a Nomad or a Hull A was perfect for this type of run because of stock levels generally not being amazing. A smaller ship may be the better run. So for those of you that do have smaller ships and you don't have these big cargo ships like the Caterpillar or the C2, then like a Nomad can make some good money from doing this run. So there's the terminal. I'm just going to have a look around, see if there's any gun crates or anything like that. That's what we got. Let's have a look. So we've got 20 ETAM and 20 Neon. That's all that it sells here. It doesn't sell any more than that. So that's the full load, so nobody's been to this one. But like I said, it was something like a Nomad that you only 20, you're only 24, so you'd fill up on the Neon or the Etan, should I say, first, and then you'd be for Neon left, and you'd probably make about 30 grand profit from that with a Nomad. With a Hull A, you'd probably get, I think, 60 on a Hull A, so you'd probably get both of those, and then you wouldn't be that much to fill up the rest of it if you go to Orphanage. So you can see why the smaller ships are good for these runs rather than the bigger ships. The bigger ships are just too big to get in and out. You need to be able to get in and out your ship quick. So make sure you've got a ship that you can get in and out of really, really quick. And something that has, you know, enough but not too much cargo room. Because then you can just fill up with that, like I say. So the reason I'm not picking it up is because I don't know if there was a car passing by my house or something, but I could hear something. I could hear a faint rumble. And I'm just checking because I don't want to pick up this and then... Well, I don't know if you guys saw the video a couple of days back where I was at Paradise Cove. Not Paradise Cove, I was at Private Property. And I picked up the cargo and then some chancer came by and basically blew me up. And there was nothing I could do because I wasn't in my ship. So I'm just having a quick look around, keeping my ears open, keeping my eyes open, see if there's any boxes of guns. Maybe I could pick up like a rail gun or something. So I'll keep my ears open and then buy the cargo and get out of here. So I should be able to buy all of this because there's no half loads, as you see. Buy all of that. And then I'm going to get out of here. So we've got 40 cargo. The Taurus is 170 space or 174 space. So we're not going to fill that. But like I said, this is why it's a good run for smaller ships like the Hull A. And the Nomad. The Nomad's a brilliant little cargo running ship for Vice cargo. Because it's fast. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head over to the Orphanage, which is on the same moon. So I'll just need to go up and select it and then back down. So let's do that. So here I am over the planet again, over Lyria, and I've selected the Orphanage in my map, and I'm just going to head down there now. Now the Orphanage again is an outpost, but you can actually jump to this one. But there is no armistice zone there, and there's not really a lot of places to park your ship. This used to be my favourite run, this. But it was also a dangerous run at the time because at that time, mining wasn't as good as it is now. When we mined back then, you could only really pick up Quantanium. And the only places you could really find Quantanium the most was in the Iron Belt or over here on Lyria. And so this area was always teeming with pirates because this is where people would go to get mining, to mine Quantanium, and obviously the run with this cargo that we're doing now. But also Laranite was one of the biggest commodities for running as well, and there's a lot of Laranite over here as well. Well, there was at the time. There was a lot of Laranite over on Waller in area 45 and 56. So it was quite a hotbed for pirates over here at that time. I got blew up many a times over here. But this seems to become one of the least hostile places, because we can just mine for other stuff now. We don't have to go for Quantanium and the Laranite. There's other things now like beryl and gold and stuff like that now, which are better commodities. I mean, if you can get laranite, it's still very, very good. But there's other commodities now that we can get and not have to worry about all trying to get laranite. So this place here, with only having the Orphanage and Paradise Cove as the 2 places for Vice, it's not really that great because you've got other places now over at Crusader that you've got private property, NC 999XX, and New and Waste Management, and Jumptown. So there's 4 places over at the Crusader area that you can go to get Vice. And over at Microtech, you've got Raven's Roost, the Necropolis, and Outpost 54. So there's 3 places over there. There's none over at Hurston. So this one is of the Vice running is the least favourite because there's only 2 places, and so it's not really it's not really as much chance of getting more of the stock. If say we come in here and the stock's gone, then whereas over at Crusader you would be able to get more stock because there'd be more places. So over here we're going to pick up 4. No, it'll have to be 3 because that's going to fail. So 3 slam, 4 etam. And this is why I was saying for the smaller ships, this is good. This is better for the smaller ships. So we'll get 3 etam, 3 slam, sorry. Accept that. And then we'll buy 4 Altrusia Toxin. I want 4. Keeps coming up with 5. So that keeps failing, so I might have to get 3 and try that. Try 4 again. My coordination is just rubbish. Failed. So we'll buy 3 of that. And I'm not going to hang around here. I'm going to have a quick look at, see if there's any red boxes. Somebody else is doing the run. They might not be on this server, but somebody else is doing the run. And so we're just going to go straight off and head over to Waller, Salvage and Sons, Samson and Sons, Salvage Yard. And we're going to go and sell this. I did put my landing gear down. That's just me all over that. I either come out without an helmet or I don't put my landing gear down. Because I'm too worried of thinking about being pirated. Luckily I've got this. Luckily that was able to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Waller, Samson and Sons, and then we'll meet you there, guys. So here I am coming into Samson and Sons. Start bringing some of my speed down. Looks like there's a C2 over here, so I'll be a bit careful. Now, some people have said to me in the comments that once they see a ship like that, they'll tend to... I almost crashed then. That was close. They'll tend to back away and leave, but I always give it a chance because there's many a time, probably 90% of the time that I've come across stuff like this is that ship's abandoned, nobody's in it. So what I'll do is I'll do a scan of it and that should tell me if there's anything in it, if there's anybody in it, anything like that. So I press V, scroll my mouse wheel up to get a better thing on it, and then we'll keep holding the mouse button, scan. Right, so not a lot of information coming, so I might need to be a bit closer. Let's get closer to this. Closer. Keep hold of the scanner. I need to scroll my mouse wheel in actually and get that a bit more focused. That's it. That should now give me the information. So there's no cargo, doesn't look like anybody's on it. So we're all good. We can land and go and sell this. Now, that doesn't mean there's not somebody walking around here. they could be walking around, so just be a bit careful on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to land this and then get to the terminal. So here we are, heading over to the terminal now. And let's see what we can sell. So let's sell the slam and the neon and everything else like that. But it looks like the ETAM is not in demand. Now I'll explain why in a minute. So we're just going to sell this stuff first. Make sure we can sell all of this. And this is another reason why this run is really not that lucrative anymore. So we've got this ETAM here now that we can't sell. And it does buy ETAM, and 250 cases of it. But we now have these salvage missions where you can pick up cargo from salvaging. And a lot of the time you'll get neon and ETAM and stuff like that in this cargo. And so a lot of people are coming over to here with that cargo rather than around Hurston, because Hurston doesn't buy as much of it as some of the cargo. And because it has a limit on it for some reason. And so here is the place where they'll come, here or Microtech or places like that. So because of these new missions, these new salvage missions, we are not getting the cargo availability at these terminals. So runs like this now are just not worth it, because it's just better just to grab the cargo on a salvage mission or something like that and take it somewhere else. So there's no demand at the moment. And what we'll do is we'll check the sell part here and wait to see that's gone. So that's gone. So basically I just need to come off the terminal, back on again. Now I've jumped the video, but I have waited probably about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes for this to refresh. And we can sell it all. And I think all in all, I've probably made around 100,000 or 130,000 profit in this run. But it was nerve-wracking just waiting around, because at any point someone could come and they could have took my ship out. At that point I would have lost it all and I would have had no profit. So yeah, I think I made about 130 grand profit. I'm not doing the maths fully, but it's around that figure. But it was nerve-wracking, so I just don't think this run is worth it unless you've got something like a nomad and you're only going to get small cargo and you can hang around and just keep in your ship until the what's it called, and you can get up and down off the planet quick, stuff like that. So I just don't think this run is worth it anymore. And maybe when the cargo missions come in, that we can relook at some stuff over this way, and maybe when Pyro comes in. But they need a change with the cargo. I think what they need to do is, rather than having low stocks, what they need to do is have a time on unloading and loading the stock. That's how I think needs to come in, and then people can get the stock and then have that time then where you've got to sell it, rather than not being able to sell it. You could sell it, but you have to wait for it to be unloaded or something like that. So yeah, so that's that video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it. This was an old run that I used to do. I don't think I'm going to do this run again, unless I get something like a nomad and try it again with that. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be a profitable run anymore. It was one of our biggest videos at nearly 70,000 views, how to earn $1 million or something like that, because at the time it was viable to be able to do that. But now with these new salvage missions and stuff like that, I don't think it's viable to do this mission, and there's many other things you can more money from with this. So yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys. If you do like this video, don't forget to take that pointer, tickle that like button for us as always. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe notification for more videos as we drop them, and you get to see them when they first come out. And yeah, so we hope you liked it, guys, and we'll see you guys out in the verse.